Greetings, beloved, and welcome back to another episode of the Crocheting in Agreement podcast. I crochet prayer blankets and shawls for the sick, and I stand in agreement for their complete healing through Jesus Christ. This channel is by Him, for Him, and because of Him. I hope you enjoy. Welcome back. My name is Melissa, and I am coming to you from the northern Shenandoah Valley in Virginia. Today is Friday, January 17th, 2020, and this is episode number 19. Before I start, I would like to, as always, give everybody a big thank you for coming back to another video, and especially a big thank you for all of my new subscribers. My last video, I had 364, and I am now at 451 currently. So thank you so very much. And a thank you also to all of those who have given me a shout out in the last month or so. Creative Grandma, Kim's Knits and Crochets. It's been a couple of you. I know I'm missing a lot, but thank you so very much. Y'all have helped my channel grow quite a bit. Many things, and big hugs. Thank you so much. And you may also notice that it's going to be a little bit quieter on my videos now because my last Zebrafinch passed away since my last video was early December. But he was old. You know, we had him for quite a while. He was we started off with the parents, and then the parents had two clutches, two birds in one, three in another, and he was the last one. So, but he lived a good long full 5 years, 5 years, yeah, almost. Sorry about that. It wouldn't be a video without a phone call, right? I'm waiting for a cat to knock over the iPad also because they've been running around. Okay, well, getting right to it. In this episode, since it has been like 2 months, I have lots of finished objects. I've started some new whips. I've worked on some old whips. I've got some acquisitions since it was Christmas, and plus I've bought stuff since then. So let's just get right into it. I'm going to start off with the whips that I have been working on, and they're still not finished. Okay, I'm not prepared. I didn't put a stitch marker, even though I have a stitch marker that I made. And unfortunately, I don't have the camera turned around so that you could see that, but there is a stitch marker that I recently made. Hopefully you can see that. But this is the one that is supposed to be holding the stitch for my wishing well. It's a Mandala Baby wishing well colorway, and it is almost done. I'm finally on the 4th cake of it. I should have measured it. I'm sorry that I did not, but I'm going to get a picture of it as soon as I'm done here for my next video. Hopefully I will be done very soon, and I'm actually hoping to do another prayer blessing. But that is my V-stitch. It's a row of V-stitch, a row of single, a row of V-stitch, a row of single, row of V-stitch, a row of single, and then 2 more single, and then repeat. V-stitch, single, V-stitch, single. And I think it's perfect for this DK weight yarn because it gives it some lacy look to it, but it also, the singles kind of fills it in as well. Okay, I haven't done a whole lot of work on this one, but I want to show you how I'm coming along on the blanket that has been named. The Lord has given it the name Renew Daily. Again, I don't think yeah, wait a minute. I think I do have a stitch marker in this one. I hope. If not, it's going to be pulled. Yeah, okay, it's still in there. This one's coming along nicely as well. I've just wrapped yarn all the way around it. But this is the one, let me show you the other side because there's yarn everywhere here. This is the one that the Lord named Renew Daily, based on the Bible verse of the old man dies, but the inner man is renewed daily, day by day. And this kind of represents a sunrise in the morning. But it's getting longer as well. So it won't be much longer until those two, the Wishing Well and Renew Daily, are done and ready to go. I'm just going to make a big mess. That's okay. Still a Whip is my floral Afghan. Haven't worked on it at all since my last video, so it's no use bothering that. So I'm going to show you. I only have one finished object that was a whip. My last video. I'll be right back. And it is my Habitat cardigan. It's finally done. Sleeves are on. The collar is done. The length is done. Can't see the length, I'm sure. I'll put a picture in right here. Better picture so you can see it in its entirety right here. Alright, so this is done. And it's quite warm. And it was made in the Macho Alpaca, which is, I hope I'm getting this right. I think it's 35% alpaca, 25% wool, and 40%, I think that's what's left. Whatever's left of acrylic. Something like that. I can't remember. Previous video shows. I'll put that on the screen because I can't remember. Moving on. I like trying to keep them short, not too long. Okay, I have... Okay, there's a finished object that I do not have anymore. And I apologize. There was a couple of you that had shown up for my live prayer blessing that I had about 2 weeks ago. I don't know what went wrong. It was my recorder program was showing that everything was going just fine. It even looked like everything was going well on YouTube. I don't know. It only ended up recording. Once I hit the stop button, then it started recording. I don't get it. So I had to delete that. But I had gotten, I seen in the chat one evening, someone had said something about, it was an urgency for their son to have a prayer blanket because he was in stage 3, some sort of pancreatic cancer. And I asked her, I said, please email me. And we corresponded. I sent her a blanket, and it was the blanket that I'm getting ready to put on the screen. It was made using the granny squares that were donated by Liliana, Diane, and Mary. And on this picture, you will be able to see who made which square. And this is how I'm going to do any blankets that I make with the squares that are donated from now on. So here is that picture. And my oldest daughter, who graciously gifted me with some yarn, the only one I got yarn from for Christmas, because everybody else in the family thinks I have too much. I've already used it, so can't really show the cakes, but she got me 3 of the Ferris wheel cakes by Lion Brand. All 3 were in the colorway of cotton candy. And needless to say, yeah, I had to make something right away. And my first thought was, I haven't made one of these for a little while, so I thought it was high time to make another virus shawl. this will be going into the ministry with all of the, well, I have one blanket. I sent off one already, but one completed blanket and 2 more almost done, and this is completed. I mean, I could have probably done another row, but I feel that this length is good. Once again, I'm sorry I did not measure it. It's been 2 months since I've had a video. Either I would have had plenty of time to measure this, or I just want to hurry up and get a video out because it's been so long. So either excuse, but I really do like this yarn. It's very pretty, very soft. Been wanting to try it, so now I want to try the Mandala Ombre. Haven't tried that yet. I see another shawl coming from one of those. Okay, now another reason why I haven't got as much progress as I would have liked on my prayer blankets is that I decided pretty much last minute to make a few gifts for my family. I didn't make anything for my daughter or my granddaughter or my son, but I did make something for my husband and my other 2 daughters, so I'll go get those now. Okay, this is my oldest daughter, and she is holding a Cousin It that I made. This was not a pattern. This was just something I totally made up. Can I borrow it for a second?
Okay.
I just simply made this and put a bunch of yarn hanging down. She likes it, of course. You know,
I love it.
She loves it. I wished I would have brought the yarn all the way down. It was kind of like when I measured it, it was longer than this, but then when I attached it, it was shorter. So, and I just kind of ended up turning it upside down, evening up some of it. It's kind of not what I would like to have been, but, and then of course a little hat on top, and I got like this frame for the glasses is part of a wire coat hanger, and I just crocheted around it, looped it with pliers to keep it from sliding off, and then I added the half circles for the glasses. No beans in the bottom. I thought about it, but I think she's happy with it. There's other things I would have liked to have done with it, but I think this will do, right? And this, you can see my daughter's channel on Magica Dispel. I will put a link to her channel up here, and it will also be in the description box. She wanted a little shout out. I was on her channel a couple weeks ago doing a
hot sauce
challenge. We had
you
fun
can also
with
check that out too.
Yeah, I'll put a link to that video up here as well if y'all want to see us burning our mouths up with hot sauce. We had fun though, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. I'm going to go get the item that I made for my other daughter now. For Christmas, I made my daughter a set of Scrubbies. I made her 2 small ones, and they've all already been used, and I'm very happy to know that she uses them and likes them. But Scrubbies with the Scrubby yarn in it, and then here's a smaller one and one without the Scrubby yarn. And she asked me after Christmas if I could make her one a little bigger, so I made this one. And I also made her this one. I love how this self-striping yarn, I think it is, turned out. It's so cute. And this is using the thermal stitch. I used Dana of Wanderlust Crochet's thermal stitch pattern. I love that pattern, Dana. I can't wait to use it again on something else. Love it, love it, love it. Wish I would have known it 2 years ago or so when I made oven mitts and hot pads. Yeah, that'll be my go-to. And also with her set, and I want to give a shout out to Petra Creasy at Patriots Happy Place. A couple months ago, she showed some head towels that she had made. And I swear my jaw hit the floor. I did not know such a thing existed. And I like having 2 towels. You know, one on my head and one for the rest. And I immediately thought, yeah, I'm going to make my daughter one for Christmas, see how it goes, see how she likes it. And it needed a little bit of tweaking. I cannot remember right off the bat what pattern I used, but I'll put it on the screen and I'll put a link down below. But this is the regular ponytail holder, just like, you know, just the regular large size ponytail holder. I determined that I should use smaller ones, which I just bought last night. And also, it is using a half double stitch, and my daughter says it's a little too open, too stretchy, so I am now working on some with single crochet. Hopefully they will work out a lot better. But otherwise, this is the neatest thing since sliced bread. You put it on your head like this, you wrap your hair around in it, and then you stick it into that little ponytail holder back there. It's so awesome. And, you know, if my hair was wet and up and wrapped tightly, you can do whatever. It's still going to stay on, even though my hair is not wet and up and wrapped tightly. That should be my thumbnail. But yeah, there is my middle child's gift. Now let me get my husband's. Okay, so my husband's job requires him a lot of outdoor time. Not all, but a lot of outdoor time. And sometimes, especially this time of year, he comes home and the cold has just set in so deep that, you know, we could all be comfortable, and he's got 2 shirts, like a t-shirt and a sweatshirt on, and he's still cold. So, and sometimes he will take a blanket and just put it up here, just like waist up. So I made him technically a lap blanket, but it's a blanket just big enough to wear if he wants to get in a chair and just wrap up like this. It'd be perfect. Plus, it looks good hanging on the back of his chair. So, and blue is his favorite color, and the 2 browns match the chair, so it didn't take long to make that. And I thought it would be nice to make something special for him as well. And now I have something really quick I want to show you, or as quickly as possible I want to show you that it's not yarn related. Well, sort of actually. Sort of is, sort of isn't. Something that I requested for Christmas. I've got a couple Christmas acquisitions and stuff that I've bought since then. But I recently started getting into beading. I know a lot of you guys are making stitch markers now. So I went out and got, well, for Christmas I got some beads and some jump rings. I'm just gonna show you everything that's in here. Some Zebrafinch, however you pronounce it. This is a little stand with a magnifying glass, which even with glasses I desperately need. And of course, this little tote I bought after Christmas because the one I wanted from Amazon wasn't in stock by the time I ordered. Some beads in here, and some eye pins and head pins, and some lobster clasps. I ordered some cross pendants, some praying hand pendants. These are all different sizes of jump rings. And that's open. That's not good. More beads down through there. More beads here. Some spacers. If anyone's interested in me doing a video and showing just these, I can do that. But I mean, everybody's seen beads. You know what beads look like. They're beautiful. They're absolutely fantastic. I actually ordered some olive wood beads from Jerusalem, from the Holy Land. That are really, really nice. Let me show you real quick some stitch markers I have made. I am currently in the process of trying to open up an Etsy shop. Try to just get just a little extra money, give me an excuse basically to make stuff that isn't prayer blanket, prayer shawl. You know, whenever you have a quick project, it kind of makes you want to do more. I'm not sure if you can see that, but these are the olive wood beads, these wooden ones here. And they have the praying hands at the end of them. This will be a set that I will be selling on Etsy. It's something black, I think it's eyeliner. Sorry about that. Here's another set. It's fun. It is. It's a nice little break from the crocheting, and you know it gives you something different to do. And here's some crosses hanging from the bottom. I hope you can see this because I cannot see what you can see. I'm using the back camera on my iPad, and I have this set. I'm just learning, so they're not going to be very expensive, not compared to some that I've seen on Etsy. Right now I'm having technical issues, been talking with a representative through email from Etsy. These are just plain wooden beads on here. These are not olive wood, but those are pretty as well. I know some people prefer shorter stitch markers, so there's a set of shorter ones. But it's fun. I'm having a blast doing it. And something else that I am messing with is polymer clay. So I figured out how to make little, see if I can hold this so you can see it, little hanks of yarn on little jump rings, so that they can either be used, you could use them like this as a charm, or as, I would probably actually add another jump ring if you wanted to use it as a knitting stitch marker, or you can add a lobster clasp and use it for crochet stitch marker or a charm, or you could leave it like this as a pendant. Those are fun to do too, and that's something else that I'll be selling on Etsy. And something else, I told you I was making, here's another stitch marker that I made, but I told you I was making more head towels. So I got into my cotton yarn stash, and this is what the head towel, I haven't finished it yet because I need to do this last row right here, just a regular single or slip stitch, one or the other, I haven't decided. Do it a couple like this far, put the hair tie in it, the shorter ones that I have, which are not within reach. But I'll put one of those in there, then I'll finish the row, and this will be a head towel that I will be selling on Etsy. Hopefully, not hopefully, I know this stitch will work well because you can't see through that. Well, I mean, just barely, but nothing like the half double. But I made this one. Let me show you the stitch marker. The stitch marker on here is one of the first ones I made. Hopefully you can see that. I might be too close. I don't know. There's one of them. Here's another head towel I made with another stitch marker that I made. There's the stitch marker. Here's the towel. This is all I've got of this skein, but I've got another one, so I'll probably make another towel in this color. Same for the one I just showed. I got plenty left on that skein. This one, oh, so pretty. This was made, those two were Bernette Handicrafter. Yeah, Handicrafter. The big 12-ounce skeins. This one here is just the peaches and cream, like Walmart sold, because I only had 3 of these. Those little 1 or 2 ounce, I think they're 2 ounces, little cakes. But I obviously started running out, so I filled it in with white, done a little bit, used the rest of that, and done the rest white. So yeah, this one is also waiting on a hair tie. But that is so pretty. I looked for more and online and in store, and no, there is no more of Pansy. So pretty though. But those are the 2 head towels that I have made for my future Etsy shop whenever they figure it out. Hopefully I'll hear something back from them today. And something else I just whipped up. I was going through my stash, didn't know I had this. Was very happy that I found it, but I found some. I love this cotton from Hobby Lobby because I have tried the peaches and cream. I've got some stuff that I've made with the sugar and cream. The Burnett Handicrafter. I even have some of the generic Hobby Lobby Crafter's Secret or something like that. I have one of those. I haven't used that yet. That doesn't really feel soft, but this. I love this cotton. Hobby Lobby is amazingly soft. And I'm almost, well, about a fourth of the way done with a 4th one. I'm going to see how many I can get out of one skein. They're little, like 3.5 ounces, I believe. Excuse me. Here's another stitch marker I made. I don't know if you can see that. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows out of 26. So yeah, I'll easily get 4 out of this, and that's my biggest. I'm just wondering how many I'll get. I also have a Serafina from Hobby Lobby, mercerized. This feels like mercerized. I don't know how they make it so soft. It does not feel like your standard everyday cotton yarn. It is amazing. But I have some of this, which is a DK. This is considered a 4. I consider it a thin 4, but this is a DK. And I'm curious. I'll be doing probably the same thing, or maybe a thermal stitch. I haven't fully decided. I'm thinking maybe a thermal stitch since it's a 3. And I'm sorry I'm talking fast. Trying to move along quickly without being too rushed or too boring. Let's see what's next on the agenda. Okay, I am working on, I'm going to go to my granny squares now. I also feel bad that I haven't done much with this. I have so many, it's a wonderful blessing. I have so many granny squares. I went through them, today's Friday, Wednesday, and kind of like sorted them out. I have bags that have cotton. I have a few cotton squares, and they'll be going all together into one blanket of cotton connecting them. But I was going through and like putting them in groups, like the bolds, the pastels, the earthy colors. It's just so much variety and such a blessing. I could not wait to actually get the Christmas gifts done and gifted and get back to my squares. But I have started putting together, and if you can see this stack back here, this is the red row. These will go this way. Then I'll go back to the yellow. And the way I'm doing it is Teresa in New York, she donated all of these yellow squares. And this is really awesome. These are, I hope I'm getting this right, is the Tunisian. Okay, wait a minute. I had the name yesterday. I am so sorry. If I can think of it, I'll put it on the screen. But it's Tunisian. This block right here is Tunisian. So pretty. I love, 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 love that stitch. So I've got a row of those. And I think I'll end up having a total of 3 rows of those. But this is how that's coming along. I just started on this Worked on it a little bit Wednesday night, and yesterday I kind of focused on my Renew Daily because I hadn't worked on that much. But I want to thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart for your square donations. It is such an amazing blessing. There is no way I've done this in like maybe 2 hours. You can't do that much of a blanket in 2 hours. This thing it might not even been that long. But this is going to be done. If I were to dedicate nothing, all my time just to this only, I could have this done in probably 2 days. You can't make a 4 by 5.5 whatever blanket in 2 days, 3 days. It's you guys that are doing this. It's so wonderful. I can't wait to get my 2 blankets done, my Renew Daily and my Wishing Well, get those done, get those, and I got the shawl and I got the other blanket that's finished, and then I'll have this blanket, maybe get 1 or 2 more and another shawl. It won't be long at all before I'll be sending another package off to the ministry, and that's going to go. I cannot wait to share this testimony with them about how you guys are just lending your time and your yarn and your work to help someone that you have no idea who it is or what's wrong with them. You just know that someone needs help, and you are believing, you are standing in agreement with me and anyone else that prays over these blankets and shawls. You are in agreement that they will be touched, they will be healed, and they will have a mighty, mighty testimony to share with the world and to edify other people as well. And if anybody still wants to contribute, I will continue doing this as long as the Lord tells me to do it. So, my email address is down below in the description box. If you want to help out, pitch in some squares. Doesn't matter what size, what stitch, what kind of yarn. Doesn't matter. You can knit it, you can crochet it, you can weave it. Doesn't matter. Just squares, just to participate. That's all that that's all that matters, is to be in participation with this. It doesn't matter how you do it or how good or how terrible you might be. The Lord knows your heart, and if you would like to help out, just drop me an email. My email's down below, mlisa73@gmail.com, and let me know, hey, I want to help out. I want to send you some squares. What's your address? And I will email you back with my address. And if it's okay, I would also like to know if it's okay if I use your first name, maybe last initial, maybe where you're from. So far, most people are okay with me sharing that the yellow is Teresa in New York, and the red and the orange down here is my dear sweet Diane in Florida. Bless her heart, she has sent me package after package after package. She's like, thank you so much for helping me get rid of all these little pieces of yarn I have sitting around here. I love making squares, but I don't like putting them together. And trust me, Diane, that it has been an amazing, amazing blessing. It's putting these squares together. It's like in no time I've got, quite a good sized project. I could not do it that quickly without all of you guys' help. So if anyone would like to help out, please do so. And God bless you so very much. I think that pretty much wraps up everything that I needed to say. Yeah, that is the end of it. Hopefully, next video won't be 2 months later. Yeah, need to work on that. I don't really have any resolutions. That's just something I need to work on. And hopefully I can get the Etsy shop going soon. And yeah, once I do, I will come back on and let you guys know. Also, there's a carousel I'm participating in. It is somewhere out west, Midwest. I'm not sure exactly right now, but I will let you know when that gets here. Other than that, I pray that everyone has a blessed weekend. and be safe, and just keep praising the Lord. God bless you all. Goodbye.